So obviously we're all on tenterhooks to see if we can get onto the Star. But in the meantime, Leo, what's on the cover of the Telegraph?
So the Telegraph, they have police. Well, the main story is Sunak. I'm talking to Johnson about the election to find out. I'm sure Johnson's going to give him lots of useful advice. I'm sure he really loves Sunak after Sunak stabbed him in the back. So probably Johnson had told him to, why do you have it July the 4th? Have it early. But the story...
and then say that you're going to make all the kids join the army. They love all that. Why do you want to vote? You want to be in the army.
But the story we're going to talk about is police passing on Rayner house details to HMRC, not just the address, they can go and knock on the door. Basically, HMRC have been urged to say whether they will sanction Angela Rayner. So Greater Manchester Police have concluded their investigation and have decided they'll be taking no further action after the investigation into Labour's deputy leader revealed that she's a close friend of Andy Burnham, who oversees Greater Manchester Police. No, I made that bit up. You know, I don't know, like, if I was being investigated by the police, I'd want that police force to be overseen by my best friend, you know. It
can't hurt, but I do feel we're lagging behind the Americans in the lawfare kind of scheme, aren't we? Do you know what I mean, Steve? This should be something the tourists should be trying to screw this down.
Unsexy, isn't it? It's kind of, it's £1,500 worth of tax, kind of deals like that. There's no risk anymore, is there? Because she'd said if she's found to have done anything criminal, then she'll step down. Well, it's not going to be a criminal anymore.
She's known to have been a flasher. Wasn't that criminal? In the House of Commons, don't you remember? There was, I'm sure that was on record, wasn't it?
Only if someone's complained could that be a criminal act,
that's true. So that's going to just drizzle out now then. There's nothing left.
Well, she's not out of the woods. So the criminal inquiry has gone, but she's also facing scrutiny over whether she or Mark Rayner, who was her husband at the time, paid the right amount of capital gains tax when 2 former council houses they owned were sold. And also there's matters relating to council tax and personal tax, because she's faced questions over whether she may owe any council tax, as her brother had allegedly been living in her property while she claimed to live there, and I think she was claiming single occupancy.
I mean, I have a lot of sympathy for people in this situation, to be honest. Because the system is extraordinarily complex. It's easy to make errors, and also I think they were quite broke, weren't they? And you have a certain kind of sympathy. But I suppose at the same time there is a sort of high moralising attitude that comes out of Labour, isn't there? And all sorts of other people have been sort of dismissed as frauds of one kind or another.
The lesson here should be, if you're in politics, don't ever say you should step down because you're being investigated, because what do you think fate is going to do to you then? But we also never address this thing that I think is true and honest, if we're being brutally honest about it. Loads of people would do the same. If someone said to you, oh, you know, if you said you didn't live there, you wouldn't pay an extra grand tax. So this is why...
Well, you push up as far as you can get, don't you? You always want to be, especially with council tax, which is a right royal rip-off, isn't it? My goodness, the amount we have to pay now in Brighton. I could tell you stories, but anyway...
Look at all the fantastic Pride pavements and things.
Absolutely, yes. I know. And beautifully ornamented seagulls is now...
Hamas chiefs getting council houses. I mean, who's going to pay for the Hamas chief council houses if we don't pay our council tax?